Hey, 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 goodbye.
Sa-la-la-la, sa-la-la-la, hey, 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 goodbye.
Got your fucking hands off me!
Aaron, baby, we need Devontae Adams. I'm gonna get us Devontae Adams, no problem.
We? We?
We? Who's we? There is no we.
It's been 3 seasons and a start of a 4th with Robert Saleh as head coach of the New York Jets. 2.5 years with your mama's best friend's favorite quarterback, Zach Wilson, and about 5 games in 3 minutes and 45 seconds of that bad man that he is. But 2024 came with big expectations.
I look at this Aaron Rodgers, to say that he was out there tearing it up in scout team, so much credit to him that he came back and out there on the practice field. It's one thing when we saw him just throwing the ball, but to be out there actively getting yards and making plays against a Jets defense and secondary is so impressive, and expectations should be high.
The Jets had everyone healthy and all players are on board. Well, aside from Hassan Reddick.
Give me your fucking money!
But with only 5 games into the season, the New York Jets have fired Robert Saleh after starting 2-3. Now, Robert Saleh says he was blindsided. Is this fair? Did he really have the requisite pieces to have success in New York? These are the questions. Let's dig into the answers. We all remember this guy, Adam Gase, former head coach.
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No.
As we all know, he was fired, leaving way to Robert Saleh to take over as the New York Jets' newest head coach. Now, I won't even hold you. In his first year as head coach, the Jets were ass. They went 4-13, mostly due on the offensive side of the ball. There were injuries to Zach Wilson, then they had to go to the backup Mike White, then to Joe Flacco, then back to Wilson when he finally recovered. But it's okay. Nobody was expecting too much from a rookie head coach and a rookie quarterback. Let's move on to the second year. 1 year under head coach Robert Saleh's belt and quarterback Zach Wilson. They just brought on Garrett Wilson in the draft. A lot was riding on the progression and development of Wilson to lead the Jets offense. Long story short, no, just no. While the defense ranks 4th in the NFL, the offense, primarily Zach Wilson, didn't hold up their end of the deal. In a nutshell, Wilson played bad more often than not. He got benched, not once, but twice.
You know what? Here go 2 more for y'all.
He got hurt again. During the season, his teammates ended up wearing shirts praising Mike White, the backup quarterback. And to top it off, Wilson made this huge mistake during a post-game interview.
As an offense, though, I mean, when you guys are only able to score 3 points, the defense only lets up 3 points. I mean, do you feel like you let the defense down at all?
No.
Of course, this led to tension in the locker room, and ultimately, Robert Saleh had to bench Wilson to learn from his mistakes. Amazingly, the Jets were 6-4 at that current point in time. But the Jets went on to lose 7 of their last 8, 6 of those being losses in a row to end the season with a 7-10 record. Year 3. Stephen A. Smith, help me out again one more time.
Bad man, he's a bad man. Bottom line is, the bad man that he is, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, the savior, has come. And he gets to bring 2 of his favorite toys. So Gangrene Nation's feeling, the best they can feel. Who gonna stop us?
We're the best team in football. You got Aaron Rodgers.
Life is good, baby. I promise you that.
What do you think about the King? He's in New York City. He's here for a couple years, and we're gonna rock the on. Go Jets, baby.
Yo, Aaron Rodgers, you my dad, bro. You are my dad.
Oh, boy.
All they're about to do is win. So let's get it started with week 1 of the 2023 season.
Protection breaks down and time runs out. Down goes Rodgers in the second.
I am having a very bad day. I am in no mood. This, today, is one of the worst days that I've had in a long time.
All right, I'll deal with the quarterback real quick. Concerned with his Achilles. MRI is probably going to confirm what we think is already going to happen. So prayers tonight, but it's not good.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Well, that was quick. Week 1, about 4 snaps into the first game, Rodgers was injured with a torn Achilles. Okay, so back to Mr. Zach Wilson, who actually didn't play too bad for a game manager.
These are game managers. They're not difference makers.
But not good enough to win meaningful games in the NFL. You have Robert Saleh and offensive coordinator Nate Hackett. They started to let the leash go a little bit and let Zach get his confidence back. It seemed Zach was progressing game by game, only until he wasn't. Wilson was benched for Tim Boyle.
Boy, you must really suck.
Who they just brought up off the street.
Has taken the field. Wow. Big moment. A lot of people have
Then
been...
3 games later, they released Tim Boyle. Then they went back to Zach Wilson, then to Trevor Siemian. All in all, with Aaron Rodgers out, it was another season cooked, and the Jets went 7-10 again. Okay, so here we are now, year 4, current time. The Jets start off the year with an off-season power ranking of number 10, thanks to that still elite defense, and finally a healthy Aaron Rodgers. Week 1, a loss to the 49ers on the road, 19-32.
We'll be better, 100%. Like I'm not worried. I mean, like I said, give San Francisco a lot of credit. I'm not worried offensively. I'm not worried defensively. We'll get it fixed.
Okay, not so bad. You know, it's the 49ers, so no reason to get too worried. Week 2, a win on the road versus the Titans, 24-17 Jets. Now that's what we're talking about. Week 3, another one, a win versus the Patriots at home, 3-24. Now the Jets are getting the ball rolling. Week 4, a loss at home to the Broncos, 10-9. Okay. Week 5, another loss, but a close loss, but still a loss, 17-23 to the Vikings in London. In hindsight, don't lose in London. 3 coaches have been fired after losing in Great Britain. The Raiders fired coach Dennis Allen in 2014 after they lost 38-14 to the Miami Dolphins, and the Dolphins fired coach Joe Philbin in 2015, the day after they lost 27-14 to the Jets. We all know when teams start losing a lot, the locker rooms, the players, the front office, they start to get unhappy. It looks like A-Rod and Saleh might have had some problems.
The cadence specifically, Robert said that might be something you guys have to dial back a little bit. Is that something you think could potentially help the situation?
It's one way to do it. The other way is hold them accountable. I mean, we haven't had an issue. We've had one false start. Morgan had one false start, I believe, until this. So, you know, it's been a weapon. We use it every day in practice. We don't, you know, we rarely have a false start. And to have, I don't know, 5 today, it seemed like, 4 or 5. Yeah, it seems like an outlier. I don't know if we need to make mass changes based on, you know, kind of an outlier game.
And even star receiver Garrett Wilson was unhappy with his roles and the touches he was receiving, and plainly just the way he was being used in the offense.
It makes things discombobulated.
I think we do. I don't think we do a lot of different stuff. To be honest, when I watch football on Sundays, I see a lot of teams mix it up and stuff like that. I don't feel like we do that. So I think we know our identity is just about going out and executing it.
This past Monday, October 7th, Robert Saleh was just in a press conference talking about how he was determined to right the ship, how he could get everything back on track to make sure they had a winning season.
We have a lot of room for improvement, and we have some things to fix, and we're going to get...
How'd that get in there?
Monday night's a great opportunity to play football and do our best and try to get the result that we're seeking.
How fortunate do you feel, just as a follow to that, with the way you played the last couple of weeks and the results, that that you are still right there at this point and not in more of a hole?
I'll be honest. I think I look at it the other way. I think we're unfortunate. You'd love to be one of the teams. There's a bunch of teams. The NFL is so fickle. I'm not going to name other teams, but every game comes down to the last minute of football, and you're either making the kick to win the game, or you're completing a drive to win the game, or you're not, or you're giving it up. One of the two. And we've been in position to go win, haven't gotten it done. We were in position to go win against Tennessee. We closed the door. So it's just one of those deals where the NFL is a little bit give and take. It'll balance out, and there's no doubt in my mind that we'll end up finishing off these games to the level that I expect us to, and we'll get this thing turned around.
However, as we all know, he didn't get the opportunity to do that. With Robert Saleh now being fired, defensive coordinator Jeff Albrecht will now be the Jets' interim head coach. Robert Saleh was fired in his 4th year of a 5-year deal with a record of 20-36 as head coach for the New York Jets. But is there anyone else to blame? The players? Maybe general manager Joe Douglas' roster construction? I mean, check this out. The Jets started 6 different quarterbacks in Saleh's 4 seasons. Zach Wilson had 33 games. Mike White had 7 games. Rodgers had 6 games. Joe Flacco, 5 games. Trevor Siemian, 3 games. And Tim Boyle, 2 games. It's never easy for a head coach to have success when there's inconsistency at the quarterback position.
What more do you want from me? Help me! Help me!
But what's next for Robert Saleh? Is there another head coaching opportunity in his future? Will he go back to being a defensive coordinator for another NFL team? Or maybe defensive coordinator for the Jets?
Stop it. Get some help.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Or maybe he just decides to take a break and get his mind right and just spend some time with his family. Who knows? Only time will tell.